Hey guys, this is Elio Espot, and welcome back to Echoes of Elio. I wanted to make sure that I got my second video in for you guys. So today I'm actually not going to be performing, but I will be doing a quick review on Blood Moon. It was a really amazing surprise to see how much love and support that people have been giving me, mainly through my IG account, but even through YouTube. I got quite a few subscribers right away, and that makes me happy, just to know that people are really taking it well. But anyway, I digress. I'm here today to do a quick review about Blood Moon. Oh gosh, I got something stuck. Just to go over the song again, to do a review, maybe answer some questions that you guys had considered about the song. Blood Moon is about my acceptance of my own identity as a witch. And it's also, in its own way, a coming of age story, where I'm just about embracing myself and my identity spiritually. That's what the song is about in its entirety, and it came to me randomly, but it also was not entirely, dang, what is that? It's not entirely random. I actually wrote this song last October of 2018. During that time, I recently had in my possession a book called Everyday Moon Magic. I could run and get it for you, but I don't think that's that important that I do. In that book, it actually lists every moon of the month. Each full moon of each month actually has a name. The moon in October is actually the blood moon. There's a lot of people out there that are like, well, there's a blood moon anytime that Facebook or Instagram or anything that posts it up, but the official blood moon is actually in October, which makes sense because Samhain is around that time. So in the spirit of Samhain, and I wanted to write a song about witchcraft. There's been a lot of people just being open about it, about their practices, about what they do. Pardon me, I'm going to bite this apple again. That's really so good. Granny Smith apples are my favorite. Are my favorite color, green, heart chakra. And they're sour, like me. I wanted to make a song about me coming into my identity as a witch, and also celebrating that. Yeah, so that's a little bit about where Blood Moon actually started. Some things that I wanted to talk about really quickly, some questions that I had about how does empathy actually tie into it, because there's that one line in the song, about me doubting my potential as an empath. And, I realized that my very first inclination to ever knowing that I was a witch, that ever considering practicing it, was the fact that I am an empath. And I've been an empath my entire life. I've always known that. I've always known I was very sensitive emotionally, and could pick up on others' emotions. And my family actually used to comment on it quite a bit. But it was one of the few keys that I knew right away that witchcraft was for me. That my identity, my internal being actually aligned with that. Everybody has something different. For me, that was the case. Now, to answer another question, no, I was not necessarily raised in, what am I saying necessarily? No, I was not raised as a witch. I was actually raised Christian, Pentecostal Christian, and I used to go to church about 4 days a week from like 0 to 18 years old, doing that consistently. I was the lead singer in the church band for a few years, and then also I used to write plays for church. I was very heavily involved, but mostly not because of my own personal will, but because of the fact that I was raised in a family that, you know, was Pentecostal Christian. My parents were immigrants to this country, you know, from Jamaica. And so I, you know, as a first generation child, I obeyed. You know, I went to church because I didn't really have any other choice. You know, I didn't really have an outlet. There was not a, hey, you know, we're going to suggest that you do this if you like. No, it was, you're going to church. Our family is Christian. You know, no ifs, and, or buts. And, you know, there are a lot of people that I align with, you know, the organized religions that they are born into. For myself, that was not necessarily the case. You know, I don't really have any religion that I align to now. I have spiritual practices, i.e. witchcraft, but that's not a religion. It's not an organized religion that one can follow. And it works for me. It works for my personality. It you know, it doesn't mean that I'm evil. It doesn't mean that I'm, you know, out to put curses on you or whatever. But it's my identity. But segueing back into, you know, that particular question, you know, my mother used to speak about my aunt on my father's side who practiced voodoo. She's been practicing for years. And, you know, even though I never formally met this woman, oddly enough, I felt some connection to her. Sometimes family, sometimes those gifts, those abilities, those secrets, they actually transfer. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to come from your mom and dad. It can come from, you know, a distant aunt. It can come from grandma. It can come from someone who died. And so I felt a connection with her because I didn't really identify with Christianity. And I was okay with that. But I had to live in an environment that, you know, was not okay with that. Anyway, so it took me a lot of time to really and truly do some digging and searching and working within to actually identify as a witch. Now, I proudly am a witch. You know, I'm proud of my practices. I'm proud of my connection to spirit. Again, I have no organized religion that I'm aligned to, but I do practice witchcraft. Witchcraft and Wicca are two different things. Anyway, that's another video entirely. It's another forum entirely. You know, the song actually talks about how witchcraft cannot fix all of your problems. It cannot make you have the things that other people have. You know, it cannot put you in the same exact place that they are in their lives, because everyone has a unique spiritual path. They have a unique place in life that they are going. It also talks about a little bit about you know, how sending out negative energy to other people and hating on another person can actually fire back at you. Especially if you're doing it with, you know, all of your energy and time and pouring so much into it, you know, that actually will be working against you. And actually, I've come up across those people in my life. I've come up across people who don't like me just because. I come up across people who avoid me just because. And at this point in my life, I've actually become okay with that. I wasn't put on this earth to be friends with everybody or liked by everybody, and that's okay. And going to the next part, you know, the ending part where it was like, see me flying in the night, a circle painted red. Underneath there's people dancing, everyone is dead. Synchronized and hypnotized, a chilling, thrilling tune. Ever since all hailed the prince whose soul was of the moon. That's actually reflective of a dream I had years ago. It wasn't everything to a T, but it was, you know, I remember in the dream, sitting on a cloud and flying past the moon, and it flashed red, and looking down and seeing a sea of dead people. What that means, I'm not 100% sure. But it came back to me, and I put it in the song, because why not? So yeah, in a nutshell, that is Blood Moon. Blood Moon is about me really and truly taking ownership of my identity and casting it to the wind, and also saying, you know, I don't care if people look at me strange. I don't care if people, you know, think I'm evil, or think what I do is evil, think my music is a spell. Sometimes it is. I don't really care about what images or thoughts that people have towards me, because the most important thing to me at the end of the day is to be myself, to be the individual, the person that I came into this world to be, not anybody else. And I've wasted enough of my years being things that I didn't want to be, living a double life, triple life, whatever. You know, I've lived, you know, I've done so many things that were not reflective of my character. And so this song is actually me taking that back. Anyway, that was a lot longer than I had planned it. But I am glad that you tuned in. Yeah, I've got some really exciting things in the works for the upcoming weeks. Also, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you know, I really and truly appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me. It keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to make more, and it keeps me wanting to share more, which is really important. So yes, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share with your friends on Instagram, at home, your family. I know this was probably not as exciting as the last video, but I promise there will be more singing coming up very soon. And if you are wondering where else you can find me, you can find my Instagram account at the Elio Spot. And also, if you're into witchcraft, I have the Jade Witch. You can find me at either one, but definitely check out the Elio Spot, because that's my music account. And yeah, I would definitely like to see you guys. Thank you again for all the support, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a great weekend.